welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you a list of my most used pieces of jewelry. These are pieces that I wear every day and that I absolutely couldn't live without. So if you're curious to see what these are, then please keep on watching. So I was kind of debating how to organize this video. I was debating whether I was going to organize it by like jewelry category or by brand, or I didn't really know what I was going to do. But I think that I'll actually start with the most used piece in my collection, and that is the Gifty Love bracelet in white gold with 4 diamonds that I have over here. It's in the regular size and I absolutely love it. Of course, I will include close-ups and mud shots because I realize that you can't see super duper well from me just like holding the bracelet like this. But this is in fact my most used piece of jewelry. I do not ever remove this bracelet. I keep it on for sleeping, for showering, for going to the pool, for working out, to go to work. I mean, I honestly like never remove this bracelet. And I really do not see myself without. I feel like this is the kind of piece that uplifts me on these days where I feel a little bit, kind of blue, a little bit down, where things aren't exactly going my way. Just taking a look at this bracelet and knowing that I have that in my collection makes me feel so good. I never really thought that I would be able to afford this kind of pieces, and I've been very much in love ever since I got it. I've actually done an entire review of this piece on my channel, so if you are curious to hear about pros and cons and wear and tear, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. But basically, this is kind of, what started my love-hate relationship with Cartier. I do believe, I'm like trying to think, yes, I do believe this was actually my first ever Cartier jewelry piece, and that definitely started, a very good relationship with my SA. And subsequently, I bought a few other pieces, and I still like keep coming back to this one as being, my number one, and definitely the piece that makes me the happiest in my jewelry collection. Next up, we have my most recent purchase in terms of jewelry, which is this beautiful VCA Vintage Alhambra necklace. It has 10 motifs. It's in mother of pearl and white gold. By the way, if you're curious to hear my first impressions and kind of see the unboxing of this gorgeous piece, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. I'm sure that you must be wondering like, well, this is your most recent purchase, so how can this be your most used item? And it is honestly because since I got it, or at least since I unboxed it, I have worn this piece pretty much every single day. And that's very recently still. It's probably over the span of like a month. But honestly, I've worn this necklace every single day. Now, the difference with the bracelet is that I actually do remove this necklace. I remove it, for example, for sleeping. I remove it for working out, for going to the pool, for all of these things. But I do wear it every day as kind of like my everyday piece. I feel like it honestly is such a statement piece. It is such like a beautiful piece that this will bring attention to your neck for anything and in any situation. So for example, right now I'm wearing like a $20 Express t-shirt, which, isn't like super attractive. It's not something where you're like, wow, this looks amazing. But I really feel like this necklace does it for me. I feel like it draws attention to my neck. It really kind of heightens this kind of area. It really, it makes me look good and feel good about myself. And that's something that I love about this. Now, this purchase is something that I was thinking about for a long time, and it's definitely something that, you know, makes me feel happier, and also kind of started in a way me falling in love with VCA. I think that I did have pieces from VCA earlier. You know, I had a pair of earrings and I had a bracelet, but I wasn't like hooked, so to speak. I was kind of like, well, you know, it's nice, it's less expensive than Cartier, but I wasn't like super duper into it. And ever since I got this necklace, I've been super into it. I feel like it's such a unique thing, and it's got such a feminine look to it, which is different than Cartier. And that's what I really love about this necklace, and that is the reason why I wear it every day. My next piece, or actually pieces, plural should I say, because it is actually a ring stack, are from Cartier, and they are, first of all, we have the Cartier Love Band in white gold with 1 diamond, and then we have the Cartier Justin Clou ring, also in white gold and with diamonds. I really love this stack situation. I feel like it is something that goes so well together. I don't really like any of these rings separately or on their own. Like, for example, if I remove the Justin Clou and if I'm left with just like the Love Band, I really feel like this looks like a wedding band, and that in itself like makes me a little bit uncomfortable because, well, I am not married. And then kind of similarly, if I just have the Justin Clou, I really do feel like this is a little bit too edgy for me. It doesn't really fit my personality that well. But I really feel like both kind of balance each other out. The Love Band makes the Justin Clou a little bit less edgy, and then in turn the Justin Clou makes the Love Band a little bit less like a wedding band. So I really feel like they balance each other out. They look amazing together. And they were my first ever set of rings. I never really had any rings up until then. To be honest, I have very large hands. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you probably know by now that I'm a giraffe of 5'11" or 180 centimeters. And with that comes, you know, certain parts of my body are very large. Like I have very long arms, for example, and I have very large hands. I have tiny feet though, like my shoe size is size 8. But yeah, I have these like massive hands. And I felt like before I wasn't too much into like drawing attention to my hands. I was kind of like, you know, hiding them. I was trying to make myself feel better about having these like huge paws. And then as soon as I got those 2 rings, I started to kind of change like my outlook on things. I think that up until then, like I was wearing, you know, nail polish, but I wasn't like freaked out about it. Like I wasn't like super extra about, you know, the color choice, about like the state of my manicure. Now this is something where I'm like, if it's not exactly perfect, like I have to go hit the nail salon. I'm a little bit like extra about this. And then I got the set of rings. So now I'm like showing off my hands more than anything. And I really feel like I don't mind like people looking at them. I feel like actually, you know, the ring stack helps me feel good about what my hands look like. I also have very long fingers, but they are thin. And I feel like the ring stack kind of accentuates that and makes me feel a little bit girly. Which, you know, before, if I didn't have any jewelry on my hands, then I was like, this is maybe a little bit boyish, especially given the size. So I really like this ring stack. I really feel like it's convenient, and it's something that will always stay in my heart because it is my first ever ring, or rings plural. I actually didn't have any rings before, and I was the one to kind of purchase them for myself. I was married before, but my ex-husband never gave me an engagement ring or a wedding band for that matter. So, you know, you do with what you have. So I'm very happy to have these. I feel like those look really good, and they definitely make me feel confident about my hand. Next up, and kind of like to my point about the engagement ring thing, we have an engagement ring, which is not mine, which is something that I've received from the company to advertise on my YouTube channel. This is from a company called Read Your Heart Jewelry. It is something that I've already featured on my channel. I feel like I've featured at least 2 of their pieces already, and I really like the quality of them. So this is an emerald cut 2-carat moissanite engagement ring. I really love the way that it looks, and I kind of love receiving them and getting them, because that means that I get to try on like a different, you know, shapes and different sizes and stuff. So when the time comes, then I will know what I want. But yeah, we're really not there yet. I mean, honestly, like, I'm in the process of dating, and it is really a drag. Like, I go on so many first dates, and there's barely any second dates. I always feel like I have to reject the person. I'm like, no, I don't like this, I don't like that, this is not cool, I don't like this way of being treated. So it is a little bit of a process. We're not there yet. So that means I have time to receive jewelry like this and try it on at home in the comfort of my house. But it is something that really makes me feel good. I love like wearing it around the house. Like, obviously I wouldn't go out with it because I'm not engaged, but I love wearing it around the house. It really makes me feel good. I feel like it looks so gorgeous. Oh my god. When the time comes, I'm gonna be like Bridezilla about the ring. I'm gonna be so excited. But anyway, what I really like about this particular ring is, number one, the size. It is 2 carats, and kind of, you know, like I've mentioned before, my hands are gigantic, so I'm never gonna be a girl that's gonna be able to have a ring that's like 1 carat, because that's gonna look like, you won't even see it on my hand. It's gonna be like microscopic. Like, you're gonna have to take your, like, you know, inspector goggles to see the ring. So I will definitely have to have something that's like 2 carat or over. So this is 2 carat, and it already looks like a little bit on the small side. I would say like that's like the bare minimum for me. And obviously, like, when you're thinking about, you know, diamonds, 2 carats, you're like, oh my god, it's gonna cost like, I don't know, you know, a ridiculous amount of money. And that's kind of why, you know, my ex-husband never gave me one. He knew that I didn't want something shitty, that I didn't want like a little one. But he also didn't want to put in the price for a large one. And so I said, okay, well, then I would really prefer not having anything. I would feel better about not having anything versus having to look at a ring that I don't like every single day. So that's kind of, you know, how we did it and what we settled on. Obviously, it didn't make me happy, but I also wasn't like horrified. I definitely preferred not having a ring versus having a ring that I didn't like. But here, honestly, like, when I look at the ring, I feel like pleasantly surprised. I love the aesthetic, I love the look of it, I love the size, obviously, and any husband would love the price. So here, because it's moissanite and actually not like a diamond, the price is much less. So this is only a couple of $100s. And the difference is not something that you can see with the naked eye. Actually, you probably would need some sort of magnifying glass and at least be some sort of, you know, expert, or be at least aware of what to look for to tell the difference between moissanite and then the diamond. So that makes it very affordable. And then what I also like about this is that the rings come in either sterling silver, so if you want something very affordable, it comes in sterling silver, but they also come in white gold, which is nice because obviously that makes it a lot longer lasting than sterling silver. It's something that's water resistant, so you can just like kind of, you know, do the dishes or whatever, go about your life and never really have to think about removing your rings. So that's kind of how I do this with these ones, because they're white gold, so easy peasy. And having that flexibility for this one is something that I really appreciate. I love the look. So if you're ever in need of an engagement ring, or if you're ever, you know, want to browse, they don't just have engagement rings, they have plenty of other rings, they have plenty of earrings, bracelet, necklaces, or whatever you fancy. So if you're ever curious about this brand, I will go ahead and leave all of the information into the description box down below for you, along with the coupon code and then the direct link to buy this ring. that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you kind of enjoyed, seeing all of the pieces that really are close to my heart and that I wear a lot, and that most of them actually wear every day from my jewelry collection. So if you enjoyed this video, please give this a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.